Hey, hope you're having a great day. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through the top 3 very fastest college degrees on the planet. If you don't know who I am, my name's Ryan. I earned a bachelor's degree in just 9 months, and I help people earn college degrees really fast, like as quickly as 3 months or 6 months or 9 months or 12 months for entire bachelor's degrees. And I get emails from people all the time saying, Ryan, just tell me which college degrees are the very fastest because I just want to get it done fast. And that's what this video is all about. I'm going to walk you through the top 3. Now, if you do want a college degree faster, just like the video, subscribe. I'll leave some links to some resources down below if you want my help earning your college degree faster. But let's dive into the list. This list is going to be number 3, number 2, and number 1. All of these are actually similar in speed. They can all be done really, really quickly, but I'm going to give you basically my least favorite to my most favorite of these 3, but it's totally going to depend on your situation and what you want to do with your career, because that's the most important part of all of this is what kind of job do you want, and then get the fastest degree that can actually get you that job. The first degree I want to talk about is called liberal arts or liberal studies. Now, the word liberal is kind of like all encompassing. It's basically like an everything degree or a variety degree. And that's what makes it really, really easy. What makes them attractive to some people is that they're very generous with accepting transfer credits, because a lot of the degree is made up of electives, because you can study whatever you want. An elective is a class or a course of your choosing within your degrees. So instead of the school saying you have to take every single one of these classes, the school is saying, well, here's this small group of classes you have to take, and the rest you can study what you want to study. Now, another thing that's attractive is you can transfer in a variety of college credits from outside sources. Now, let me give you an example. As we're going through these degrees, I want to show you actual colleges and programs that might be a good fit for these particular degrees. Now, for liberal arts or for liberal studies, I want to talk about this school here, the University of Maine at Presque Isle. They have what are called these Your Pace programs. They're fully self-paced, and they're very generous with granting transfer credits from outside sources, and you can kind of study what you want to study. If we scroll down to their program offerings, as you can see, they have these Bachelor of Business Administration degrees, BBA. They have these Bachelor of Applied Science degrees, or BAS. Or if we keep scrolling through here, they have these Bachelor of Liberal Studies degrees, these BLS degrees. And you can minor in certain categories if you want. But if we scroll down here and we find just like a generic liberal studies degree, let's click in here and see what is required for this particular degree. We're going to scroll down here and we're going to find out what's required to earn one of these degrees. And we're going to come all the way down here to this Your Pace Liberal Studies courses section. And let's just click on maybe a general liberal studies degree. We'll scroll down here and see what is required. If we go to the course catalog and scroll down, it's going to tell you which courses you need to take. And as you can see here, electives, 9 credits for liberal arts electives, and you're going to just fill in the blanks. Math and science electives, you can study any math and science you want. Social science electives, you're basically filling in electives. And then let's say you're getting a concentration in business. That's the example here. You do have to take these business classes, but then you have more business electives. So you're kind of just filling in these boxes with the college classes that you want. And they do have to match the category. As you can see here, general concentration can kind of be whatever. And essentially, you're earning or studying the college credits that you want. This school is pretty popular for people who want sophia.org credits or study.com credits. If you don't know what that is, that's okay. But students will earn credits from outside, and then they'll transfer them in and fill these electives and then finish at the school itself. Now, having said all of this, it sounds pretty attractive, right? Whatever the heck you want to study degree sounds really cool. And it is definitely on the easier end because you're choosing your classes. Having said that, it's not a degree that I love personally, and let me show you why. Now, if we go to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, we're going to learn about financial data, basically how much money people make when they have certain college degrees, things like that. This is a government website, which means they're using tax data to figure out these numbers, which is pretty accurate. The government knows how much money you make because you have to pay taxes. Now, if we look here, field of degree, liberal arts, liberal studies, they're the same category. You can see here the median annual wage is $60,000 a year. That's pretty low for a college degree. I don't want to, even if the degree is easy, like I don't want to go spend my time earning a degree if it's not actually going to give me a better job and a pay raise. Now, as you can see here, number of jobs filled, there's less than 1 million available jobs for this particular field that are actually related to the degree, which means a vast majority of people with this college degree are going to work in a field that is not actually related to the degree, which I don't love because I'd rather specialize in the field I'm going into, and usually that's going to get me more money. Now, if we scroll through here, we can see a few more numbers. Now, 18% of people with these degrees are only employed part-time. I don't like that number. As you can see, percentage of employed with at least a bachelor's degree. That means not an associate's, they have at least a bachelor's, more than half. So this 60,000 number is not good for that. And then people with an advanced degree, like a master's degree or higher, almost a third of people in these numbers here have a master's degree or higher, and that number is still this low. I really don't like that. I feel like it's a kind of a lower paying degree, and I'd rather get a different degree. If we scroll down, we can see that the highest number of employed occupations with this specific degree is education and library, okay? And beyond that, you see here, these are fields that are not even related to the degree at all, and that's kind of a red flag to me. So yes, liberal studies degrees can be very easy. You can get them really quickly, especially using degree hacking methods, which I'll talk more about if you'd like to earn your degree fast. Having said that, it's not a very high paying degree, and it's not a degree personally I would spend my time earning. I'd rather get a degree that's going to yield better career results. Now, the next degree I want to talk about is communications. Communications degrees are very easy, and I think it's because we spend our whole lives practicing communication, so when we actually learned it in school, it's not very challenging. A lot of straightforward, pretty easy classes that you're going to have to take. Communications, I do like better than liberal studies. Can be done really, really quickly. I've seen as quick as 3 or 4 months for entire bachelor's degrees in communications. Now, let me show you a few schools, a few programs that I like for communications. Let's stick with this same school, University of Maine at Presque Isle. This is probably my second choice for communications degrees. But if we scroll down here, you are going to see this degree right here, Professional Communication and Journalism. Now, this is a degree that's really writing heavy, like a lot of essays to earn this degree. But as you can see here, it's a Bachelor of Arts in Professional Communication and Journalism. Now, the next program, I actually prefer this program to the UMPI because I think WGU, this school here, Western Governors University, is a better school. And it's more what I call exam-based. So there's less writing involved, more multiple choice exams, which I love multiple choice exams because I can do them a lot faster than writing essays. If we go into their business degrees here, their bachelor's in business, as you can see here, they have this Bachelor of Science in Communications. As you see here, WGU is advertising that 60% of graduates with finish similar programs in 19 months on average. Students that I work with and I teach my degree hacking process to, we're talking 3, 6, 9, 12 months for degrees like this. You can get them really, really quickly. Now let's get into some numbers, how much money you can actually make. Now, this is kind of the downside, but it's not as steep of a downside as like a liberal studies degree. It's still pretty low though. As you can see, communications jobs filled, there's over 3 million. So there are a lot more job opportunities that require communications degrees. $65,000 per year annual wage. I don't love that. It's still pretty low, but again, it's higher than that liberal studies degree. Percentage employed part-time, 14%. That's still not great. Percentage with an advanced degree, less than a fourth. So that's definitely better. Now, if we scroll down here, we look at actual jobs that people have with communications majors. And as you can see, lots of management and lots of business type jobs with communications degrees. Now, this to me is like business is more related to communications than it is like liberal studies, right? But having said that, like if I want to go into business or finance, I'd rather get a business or finance degree. I'd rather make that decision ahead of time. Management, I'd rather get a management degree if I'm going into management. It just kind of depends on the job openings available. So a step in the right direction, but still pretty low on these numbers. Yes, it's a fast, easy degree. I personally don't love it. I think there are better degrees out there. So let's jump into some degrees that I think will make you more money and lead to better job opportunities. And the last on the list, or the number one, in my opinion, this is the fastest, easiest college degree that can yield really good jobs, and that is business. The cool thing about this is there are a huge variety of business degrees, so you don't have to just study plain business. You can niche down and actually specialize, and to specialize with a business degree is actually really easy and doesn't mean you're taking harder classes. A lot of fields to specialize means you're taking really hard classes. Specializing in business is a little bit different and it's not as challenging for most subjects. Let's go to some programs I love. Let's start with Western Governors University. They have a lot of business degrees. If we go to bachelor's, they also have a ton of master's, but let's start with bachelor's degrees. As you can see here, this is your core standard business degree. It's a Bachelor of Science in Business Management, okay? That's like, if you don't know what the heck to study business-wise, management is generally where you would start. These business management degrees are pretty easy. As you can see here, they have HR management, human resources management, they have finance, they have accounting, healthcare administration. Now, I will say numbers, okay? Accounting and finance, there's more math and there's more numbers. So these can be a little more challenging. Depends on if you're one of those people that's really good at math and with numbers. But as you can see here, marketing, supply chain and operations, user experience design. This is kind of like graphic design, but the business end of graphic design. It's pretty cool. IT management, health information management. These are all business degrees and they're all pretty fast. And on top of that, what I call common sense degrees. I call business degrees common sense degrees because we're around businesses all the time. Like we go to stores and we buy things and we order things online. So we have a general understanding of how business works. So for a lot of students, that comes in handy when you're actually getting a degree. Let me show you some other schools. This school is called University of Massachusetts Global. If we go to their academic programs, let's filter right here, not just online programs, but online self-paced programs. These are what are called their MyPath programs, and they're really fast. They're also really inexpensive, similar to WGU, fully self-paced. Tuition's a little bit lower here. Business administration, general business, okay? This degree right here is going to be like your core business degree. Let's go to another school. This school is called Purdue University Global. If we go to their degree programs, go to business, what you're going to do is you're going to look at business administration right here, just a business administration degree. And as you can see, they have these Bachelor of Science degrees, and then they have these Excel track Bachelor of Science degrees. These Excel track programs are fully self-paced and can be done really quickly. Let me show you another school. This school is called Southern New Hampshire University, and they actually are kind of hard to find if you're looking for their fully self-paced programs. Most of their programs are completely traditional and take longer, but they have what are called these community partnerships, where essentially you enroll in school through these community partners. They're essentially almost like tutoring companies. So you work with these tutoring type companies to earn your college degree. You can pick the one that's closest to your house, or you can compare prices between all of them, however you want to do it. But if we scroll up here, you see they have this Bachelor of Arts in Management. So if you like SNHU, this is their fully self-paced management, or their business degree, right? Business and management go hand in hand when you're applying for jobs. They're so similar. Now, if you follow my channel at all, you know I talk about competency-based education programs or fully self-paced programs. I've shown you a few for business degrees, but there are a lot more. For example, Capella has a business degree that's fully self-paced. Walden has a fully self-paced business degree. University of Wisconsin has a fully self-business degree. East Texas A&M has a fully self-paced business degree. South College does. There are a lot to choose from, but let's talk about numbers. Now, the numbers here are for business degrees, field of degree business. So it's just kind of all encompassing. Here's what we see here. There are way more jobs, way more business jobs out there. If you're going to get a degree, getting a degree that leads to more job openings is definitely a good thing. And a median annual wage of $75,000. That's a lot better than 60 or 65. And I'm going to show you how you can earn even more than that as well. As you can see here, 12% employed with only part-time jobs, 26% have more or like a master's degree or higher. And if we scroll down, as you can see, management occupations, business and finance, sales and related occupations, mostly business degrees. Like people that get business degrees generally get jobs in management or in business. Now, if you're going into management specifically, you're going to see some better numbers. As you can see here, if we look up different management occupations that require a bachelor's degree at entry level, you're going to see six-figure job opportunities all across the board. Now, obviously, you'll see a couple that are lower, You'll see high school diploma requirement. That doesn't even require a bachelor's degree. But as you can see, these numbers are so much better. So if you go get a business degree or a management degree, going into management can yield high-paying jobs, and that is a good thing. Now, I have shown you 3 really, really fast degrees. It's going to depend on your career, but here's the thing. Universities don't want you to earn college degrees in 3 months or in 6 months or in 9 months or in 12 months. They want us to remain students for a very long time so they can make more money from us. That is how schools work. They are businesses. But there are back doors to being able to earn these college degrees faster by testing out of your college classes. And that's what I teach how to do. So if you want to learn how to do that, I'll leave some links down below in the video description, and just like and subscribe. Have a wonderful day. Hope this video has added value to your day, and I'll talk to you in the next video.